today's video is going to be face makeup using just drugstore products. I'm not going to do my eyeshadow or my eyebrows or anything like that, or my lips on camera. I'm just going to be doing my foundation, blush, bronzer, highlights, just the base of your face on camera using all drugstore products. And I think I used the drugstore for everything today, including my eyes and everything, but I did those off camera. I just wanted to do a video with just drugstore products because I feel like I talk about high-end products a lot. That's just because those are the ones that I grab, and I think drugstore products can be just as good, and so I wanted to show you guys a foundation routine that doesn't break the bank. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you want to see how to get this look with just drugstore products, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Okay, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to go in with primer, and the drugstore primer I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Mineralized Primer. I think that's what it's called. Mineral Infused Face Primer. And this is the primer that I'm going to be using to fill in the pores. So I'm going to actually use two primers in this video, but they're for two different things. So I'm just going to rub that in between my fingers. It's pretty thick, and so I like to warm it up with my body heat and just put it where I need a pore filler. Also, this video is going to be a little echoey. I don't really have that much stuff in my room right now. My room is behind me. This is my backdrop. And so it's a little bit of an echo in this video. Okay, so the next primer I'm going to be using is the PIXI H2O Skin Drink. I get this from Target. I think only Target sells PIXI products, but this is a really hydrating primer. It's like a gel. I think it hydrates my face and also makes my face a little bit tacky for the application of my foundation to stick to. So I just put this basically everywhere. So I usually let my primer sink in a little bit, let it set for a couple minutes before I go on foundation. So I did that, and now we're going to go in with the Revlon COLORSTAY foundation in the color 110 Ivory. This has been loved. It's got a lot of foundation all over the pump. So I'm just going to pump this onto my hand, a couple pumps of it. It's got a nice creamy consistency, and I'm going to go in with a kabuki brush. This is just one that I got off Amazon. I love these brushes. They've lasted me quite a while. I'm just going to go in and put it on my face and start stippling it in. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Okay, I zoomed in a little bit, and so I'm just going to be stippling this on the face. This really builds up the coverage instead of just wiping it around. Whenever you wipe it around, it blends it away almost, and so if you want to keep a lot of the coverage that the foundation has, you just kind of want to stipple it onto your face. And then you can blend a little bit afterwards to make sure there are no streaks. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in concealer, and for this I'm going to be using the NYX HD Concealer in the color CW01. This is just the lightest regular concealer that they have, and it's still a little too dark for me, so I'm actually going to add in a little bit of the NYX HD Concealer in Lavender. It's kind of weird putting purple underneath your eyes, but it really does brighten wherever you put this. So I usually just mix these a little bit, and then I have bright under eyes, and the concealer ends up being light enough for me. So I'm just going to go in with the concealer in kind of a triangle underneath my eyes. And the reason I do a triangle is because that's where how the sun naturally hits. Whenever it's above me, it just comes down and there's sunlight underneath my eyes. So I kind of want to just be mimicking that. And then around my nose a little bit. Doesn't smell very good. So then I'm going to go in with the lavender concealer, and I'm not going to put it everywhere that I put the yellow concealer, but I am going to put just a little bit in certain spots. And then I'm going to go with my same foundation brush since it is angled and just blend it out. So after I'm done with my concealer, I'm going to set my under eyes. I'm not going to bake. I don't really like baking. I think that it makes my under eyes look dry. And I've tried different powders and different ways to do it, and I just don't think that it works for me. I know how to do it, so if you guys want to learn what it is and how to do it, I could make a video on it, but I just don't do it for my everyday foundation routine. But I am going to be using the COTY AIRSPUN Loose Translucent Powder, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush and set my under eyes, which means I'm just going to put powder underneath there to make it to where it's not wet anymore from my concealer. I'm not going to try to bake. It smells so bad. And then after I set my under eye, I'm going to be using my CITYPROOF 10-hour long-lasting powder by NYC. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this around my whole face with this big fluffy brush and just set the rest of my face. So after setting my whole face, I'm going to contour, and I'm going to be using the Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula. This is a matte sculpting kit. I only use the middle shade because that's the one that's light enough for me. So I'm just going to go in with an angled brush and put it in the hollows of my cheeks and make sure you blend it out so that it looks pretty gradient and natural. So after I contour, I go in with blush, and for this I'm going to be using my MILANI Romantic Rose Powder Blush 01. And this is just a beautiful darker blush shade, and I think the packaging is just die for. So I'm just going to go in with the blush brush and swirl it in. And I like to put my blush more on the outer part of my face and a little bit on the apples of my cheeks, but don't really focus it there because I want my highlight to be the center of my face, honestly. Okay, so we're almost done. I'm going to go in with highlighter, and I've been really liking this highlighter. It's pretty powdery, but I think that it looks good once you put it on your cheekbones. It's an iridescent highlighter, and it's the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Prismatic Highlighter. I don't know if you guys can see because there's a window right there. An iridescent pearl. I think that it is so pretty on the cheeks. It looks pretty white, but it comes on more iridescent and purpley. So I'm just going to go with my Sigma F35 tapered highlighter brush and put it on my cheekbones. And then on top of that, I like to go in with a little bit more highlighter, so I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the color Golden Lights. I use this because I'm just really extra. You don't have to use two highlighters, but I love highlighting, so I'm going to... Woo, girl! Okay, so that's my face makeup. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I finished my face. On the eyes I put some ColourPop eyeshadows and a shimmery shade on top. I don't remember which one. And then I just put some Maybelline Big Shot mascara on and some Maybelline lipstick on. I will have that listed in the description box down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.